Now, where are you from?
I'm originally from Brownsville, Brooklyn.
And where are you living now? Still there?
No, I reside in Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
And how old were you when you made that move?
It's like 19. Yeah,
was it
19.
a music career choice move?
Nah, it was more so a move to get out of trouble. I was getting in a lot of trouble, and my mother's side of the family thought it was best if I moved down south.
Growing up in New York, what was that like for you? Can you paint the picture for us?
I mean, well, mine was different because, you know, I grew up Muslim, so I went to Muslim school, I did Muslim things, but I still lived in the hood, you know what I mean? So I guess I had the best of both worlds.
Okay. Rough upbringing or no?
I would say it was rough because of my environment, but as far as like parents and stuff like that, it wasn't rough. My mom's, she gave me the world, so.
What does a rough environment sound like?
A rough environment?
Yeah, can you describe it? When you say it's a rough environment, that can be anything.
As a kid, running because you hear gunshots while you're playing basketball, fights every day for no reason, just all kind of stuff. I mean, getting robbed. I mean, taking a chance of getting robbed, going through different areas, just, you know,
you mentioned
city life.
You mentioned trouble.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid,
mm-hmm.
you were getting into trouble?
I would say, like, as I got like 16, 17, I started getting in a lot of trouble, and my mom, she had like went into hospital and she was hospitalized, and I just felt like I was living like with a death wish, like I didn't care about anything. I didn't have nothing to live for. So that's when I was getting in trouble.
Now, what was the most serious thing you got into, trouble-wise?
Them gangs. I used to gang bang.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
When you say used to,
yeah,
not gang banging
anymore.
No,
I'm not affiliated with no gang.
Was that hard to get out of?
I wouldn't say it was hard to get out of because it was just something that, you know, I was doing in the neighborhood and it was cool, but I mean, it was serious at the same time, and I just was doing it because that's what everybody was doing in my neighborhood and what all my friends was doing. But I always was Muslim. I always kept my religion. So as I got older, you know, I realized that gang stuff ain't really all what it's cracked up to be, and I just stick to my religion. Because
I've heard it can be hard to get out of gang banging, that lifestyle, or out of a gang, period.
Yeah, I mean, if I would say, like, if I was in Los Angeles or California, something like that, it would probably be hard to get out of it. But at the time when I was in it, it wasn't really that serious. I mean, it was that serious, but it's just like the people I grew up with, they respect me, you know what I mean? And I'm well respected where I come from, so
I see.
I just don't do it no more, you know what I mean? I moved on.
When it comes to the gang banging culture, is it one of those instances where you have to get, I know people have a initiation where they get jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out of gang banging, do you have to get jumped out, or is that?
Yeah, sometimes you do, but I mean, I didn't go through it.
Okay.
And I moved away to it. I mean, it's just a lot to it. Like, the person that I was under, he had got locked up, you know what I mean? And I had moved at the same time, so I was lost, you know what I mean? And that stuff, you know, you got to keep up with it. If you don't keep up with it, you're not with it no more. So I didn't keep up with it, so I just let it die.
Well, the reason why I ask is because there's different backgrounds. Gang banging is different in different territories and cities across the United States. So somebody watching this, I don't know how it is for them. I'm just curious how it was for you.
I mean, like I said, I was lost because my big homie, he got locked up and I moved to Atlanta. So it was like, I can't claim this no more because I'm not with this guy no more. I'm not under him no more, you understand what I'm saying? So I just moved on with my life and just kept my religion going. But there's some people that still do it.
Now, growing up, what type of student were you in school?
I would say I was a B plus student. I could have been an A, but I always was a person that didn't want to apply myself. I was lazy. If I would have applied myself, I would have been more.
Still lazy today?
No, not with this music. My work ethic speaks for itself.
Were you rapping in school?
Yes.
Battling classmates too?
Yes, I was battling. I was battling in school, yes.
Winning more than you were losing, losing more than you were winning, coming out even?
Coming out even, but I mean, everybody knew I was nice. Everybody knew I could rap, you know what I mean? So I had that reputation.
Graduated high school?
Yes.
Any thoughts on college after high school?
I wanted to go to college, but it was just a lot going on, and between me and my mom and my stepdad, you know, it was a lot going on when I graduated. So he wanted me to be an EMT worker. Then my mother, she wanted me to do something else. So I just got me a job like anybody else did.
And then you moved after high school?
Yeah, I moved like about a year after high school. I moved to Atlanta.
And now music is full-time?
Music is my career.
So what happened between music becoming your career and full-time and that time you got out of high school and had a job? Did you have that job for long before?
I mean, I had multiple jobs. I had dead-end jobs. I was working from paycheck to paycheck. I had kids.
Kids, plural?
Yeah, kids.
How many?
I got 3 and 1 on the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
4 children.
4 children. I got twins, a boy and a girl. So I got 2 at one try, and then I got another boy, and I'm having another boy on the way.
Oh, wow.
So 3 boys and 1 girl.
Now, okay, I want to break a couple things down. One, when you look back at your life, do you wish you would have went to college, or did everything play out like it was supposed to?
I really don't regret anything I did. If I did it, I wanted to do it. I mean, college, I wanted to go to college, but I don't regret not going. I actually did go. Let me stop it. I did go. I went to Shorter University, but I went for like a year.
Okay.
Because, you know, of problems, and I stopped going.
Dropped out?
Yeah, I dropped out. I was going for early childhood education.
So that was a university, so 4 years?
Yes.
Okay, so you dropped out the first year.
The first year.
Looking back, do you wish you would have never went to college? Do you wish you would have just bypassed that entirely? Maybe went to music earlier than you did, as far as the full-time career choice?
No, I would say college helped me. It helped me with my writing. It helped me with my writing. So, I mean, I say it was good for me. I mean, sometimes I do wish I would have finished.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that university. Is that a big school?
There's one in Rome, but I was going to like the short campus in College Park.
I see. Okay. Now, what was your parents' reaction when you dropped out of college?
My mom, she was deceased at the time, and me and my dad, like, our relationship wasn't there. So, I mean, he barely knew what I was doing.
Dad or stepdad?
Dad, biological father.
Okay. Do you have a relationship with your stepdad?
No.
Okay. And how far back did your mom pass away?
My mom passed away in 2012, but she was comatose since 2006.
Wow. That's crazy. Can you explain what she was comatose from? And
well, the reason for her being comatose is called preeclampsia, which a lot of females get it. It's like your blood pressure automatically rises while you're pregnant, and they had to induce her labor when she had my sister, and then she had some complications to where she flatlined, and when she flatlined, they resuscitated her, and when they resuscitated her, she slipped into a coma.
And she was never able to get out of it?
Nah, she never was able. She never was the same. She lost 75% oxygen to the brain while she flatlined, and she was never the same.
Now, being comatose from 2006 to 2012 is 6 years.
Right.
Why have her that long? Why were there people trying to get the plug pulled earlier? Did people try to keep it going past those 6 years, or after the 6 years, she just passed away completely? How did that happen?
I mean, we tried to get her all the help we could, you know. There was certain procedures that they was doing. They tried to give her Ambien at one time to try to slip her out of the coma. And, you know, we had her in different nursing homes getting taken care of. I mean, I just didn't want my mom to pass away, you know. I just was hoping that she would make it out that condition because she was always a fighter. So I thought she was going to fight then, you know what I'm saying? So pulling the plug was never an option.
Was there ever a chance of her coming back out of that coma?
She didn't come to. The only thing she did was open her eyes, but she never spoke.
But did doctors have higher hopes than that, or did they think that that was probably going to be the best that it was?
We had high hopes. We had high hopes.
Sorry to hear that. Now, so, and not to keep going about her death, but was it at a point where she just passed away, or did the plug have to get pulled at some point?
She just passed away.
Okay, I see. Just curious, because I know that can be different for different families.
Right,
Some believe, hey, let's cut there's nothing more that can be saved, let's cut it. Other people want to prolong it for however long they can.
Yeah, we wasn't with cutting the cord.
So there was no in-family fighting about it or anything like that?
No, we all came together as a family.
I know stuff like that can tear families apart.
Right.
That's why I was just curious. Okay, now, so that was your parents' situation by the time you dropped out of college. Now, how old were you when you had your, actually I'll ask that, we'll talk about the kid stuff after if you want to get into it, but let's go back to the job stuff. So you get out of college and you go back to the job stuff. What types of jobs did you have growing up?
Well, I mean, let me say, I was going to school and working at the same time.
Okay.
When I got out of when I graduated out of high school, I was working at Macy's in New York, Harris Square. After that, I had odd jobs. I was a day laborer. That means I get paid daily. I landed a gig at the airport as a janitor. I was a janitor for like 3.5 years, and then after that, I just had other odd jobs going through like temp services. I actually have a forklift certification, so I did a lot of warehouse work, and that's about it.
Which airport?
This one here, Hartsfield-Jackson.
Oh, okay. Just curious, I imagine having a custodial job, you've probably seen some crazy stuff.
Right.
What's probably the craziest thing you've seen working a job like that at the airport?
Custodial, I mean, yo, it was so much crazy stuff, man.
Disgusting job?
Yeah, it was a disgusting job, very disgusting job. You know, I would get trash from the concessions and dump it in the dumpster. I would police a band room. Okay, the craziest thing I seen was, I would say, dirty drawers behind the stall with shit stains in them, like hidden behind the toilet seat in the back of it. Cause I was sweeping, you know, you gotta, I policed the area, so I had to sweep, and I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah.
I could see somebody not wanting to take that luggage with them.
I guess they couldn't wait to get off the plane, and as they were walking down the concourse, they start shitting on themselves.
That's tough. Yeah, I imagine that'd be a tough job and disgusting because you're dealing with all walks of life that come through an airport like that.
Right.
Now, okay, were any of those jobs you mentioned, and you had a variety of jobs, any of them tough?
No.
Aside from the crazy story with that job, the airport job, any other crazy stories from any of the other jobs? Anything else that happened out of the norm?
So much stuff happened.
Anything that really stuck out? Just thinking about all the different jobs you had? Like, just unbelievable, I can't believe this happened.
Nothing comes to mind right now except for that right there.
That sticks out.
Yeah, that really behooved me right there.
Did you quit these jobs or get fired from them?
Well, the last one, it's kind of like, my mom, she was like, I knew she was passing. So I was trying to get an absence of leave, and like I was coerced to resign. So I got unemployment from that. But that was the last job I worked at the airport. But the other jobs I quit, like a lot of them temp jobs I quit. I mean, to me, it don't pay enough for your work.
Now you have we talked about your mom, we talked about your stepdad, you said you don't have a relationship with him at this point. What about your biological father?
Me and my dad, our relationship, our bond is growing stronger and stronger every day.
Okay.
I just left New York. We took my sister to Carmine's for her birthday, and it was like a family affair. And he supports my music career.
Were your parents always together, or did they separate at some point?
They separated probably at my birth, from my understanding. Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah.
But was he always in your life?
Sporadically.
Sporadically. So I guess the other male figure you had in your life was your stepfather?
I had my mom was Muslim, so she had a lot of husbands.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't, I mean, a lot of them were my stepdads. They all, you know, they all taught me, but I really never considered them as my dad because I always knew who my dad was, you know what I mean?
Was there a substantial male figure growing up aside from your biological father?
Yeah, I would say my stepfather, Abdul Jalil, he's the reason why I'm so much into my religion. He taught me about it a lot. And he taught me a lot about being a man too. And my uncle was like my dad to me growing up.
Uncle on your mother's side or father's?
Yeah, my mother's side.
Okay. Now, it sounds like you've been through some things.
Yes, I have.
In regards to your parents, what's the worst thing you put them through?
My mom, I'll say when I got arrested for throwing a rock, I put my mom through something. I got arrested when I was little, and it was just devastating for her to see me in the precinct and stuff like that. So I would say going to jail for that little incident put my mom through a lot. My dad, I don't know, I don't think I put him through anything. He always been proud of me no matter what I did.
I didn't know you could get arrested for throwing a rock.
Yeah, in New York.
Must have been a big rock.
Yeah, it was a boulder. And we
Okay.
threw it off I was with my cousins, we threw it off the freight train. And man, it was so crazy because the car that we hit, it was an undercover police cop. Him and his brother, they were undercover police cops. And one of the guy's wife was pregnant, and the rock that I threw landed right by her window sill. So these guys come up on the freight train with guns out. Mind you, me and my cousins, we was like 12, 13, but at that time in New York, kids that age have guns, you know what I mean? So they didn't know what to expect, but yeah, they finally got me and took me to the precinct. My mom's came down and she was all hysterical. So I think that's like the worst thing I probably did to my mom, just see her going through that.
They had guns back then that young?
Yeah.
Was the gun law as serious in New York as it is now?
It's always been serious.
And nobody not scared to tote a gun?
Yeah, you better have her get caught without it.
But if you do get caught with a gun, that's some serious time there.
Yeah.
They don't play in New York about that.
No, they don't.
I think they probably have the tightest gun control
Yeah, they
in
do.
the United States. Maybe them and maybe Washington, D.C., I don't know.
Yeah, they wild out there too in Washington, D.C.
Now, were you the only child or you had other siblings?
As far as my mother, I basically was the only child. My dad, I had two sisters.
And where are you on that ladder? Are you towards the oldest, youngest, middle?
I'm the oldest out of everybody.
Anyone else in your family raps aside yourself or just you?
It's talent all in my family. I had an uncle that, you know, used to do his thing back in the days. I'm related to DJ Smallz through my mom's side of the family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, I mean, music is in the blood, man.
Never had a chance to meet him?
No, I never had a chance to meet him. I actually found out when he passed away. Yeah, how's that?
Now, in what way are you related to him?
Well, my mom's father and his father are brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
My grandmother, she actually used to watch him as a kid. Yeah.
Now, I imagine because your uncle you said it was back in the day, I imagine you guys never had a chance to collab, or you haven't had a chance to collab with any of your family members that did.
No.
What does he think of your rap career?
He thinks he likes it. He likes all my music. We're actually supposed to be working on something, though.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
You gonna bring him out of retirement?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him out of retirement, or let him do some ghostwriting or something, you know what I mean?
Now, you said your father is supportive of your rap career.
Yes.
What does the rest of your family think about it? That's around.
Everybody is supportive, you know. They want me to win.
What does your father think of your actual music? He's supportive, but what does he actually think of your music?
He think I got talent. He like the way I rap. I mean, he's actually surprised, you know, because he never really heard it until I played it for him. He was like, "Wow, you really got talent. Like, I really understand what you're saying, and it's real. Like, it's genuine." So he understands it.
What about the cursing?
Oh, my dad is not that old. Yeah, he moved like he 30.
Has he had a chance to see you perform?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I wonder what he thinks about that. Now, we spoke about a variety of subjects in regards to your upbringing, but overall speaking, what's your message to the youth? What would you tell them today?
My message to the youth today is to stay in school, get your education, know what you want to be when you grow up, and don't let life or time pass you by.